Hi guys, and welcome to a Mike's Positively Technical World video review. Today we're going to be having a look at the wx177.9 from worx. It's called the Switch Driver 2.0 and it's brushless. It's very interesting. It's a fairly unique product on the market. It's got a drill for drilling, obviously. And then at the touch of a button and a flick of a switch, it turns into a screwdriver. Very interesting. Without having to change over the bits, I might add. Let's go and have a look at it on the table, and then let's go through and get some little tests and workout, and we'll see how it performs. Bear with, guys. Okay, guys, here we are on the table. We're centralise that up slightly, and we're just about to really have a look. Just cut through the tape. Obviously we find ourselves with the usual plethora of the worx product guide. I'm not going to go through that again. The 3-year warranty, the worx helpline numbers for across the world, depending on what country you're in, and also the booklet for the wx177.x. Excuse me. It goes through all various functions on it. Again, works. The numbering system is going to be further on in the book. So far on, I can't remember what the numbers mean. How to operate it. Do this, do that. Brilliant, fantastic. Tortoise hair. Tortoise hair. Oh, it's 2-speed as well. Forgot to mention that. Lock, unlock. Yeah. Very nice pictorial. And you've got the RAMs. So interesting table of content, not the actual bits and pieces. So yeah, and then the component list, which marries up with this diagram here. So this diagram here marries up with that. I suppose you can flick it forward and backwards, but I really always think that should be there. Noise information, it's quite quiet. 83 decibels is the loudest bang you're going to get out of this bad boy. It's also got all the keys, obviously all the facts and figures. No load speed. It's 450 RPM in single speed and 1700 RPM in dual speed, or the second speed. It's got 9 clutch positions plus 1 rotary drill function, and it does 50 Newton meters of torque. And it weighs 0.82 kilos without the battery. That's 820 grams, or about 2 pounds for the American viewer. Its chuck capacity is 6.35 mil on all accounts, and it will drill steel up to 13 mil and wood up to 40 mil. Good luck in finding a drill bit that will actually take that, and you can actually get 40 mil drill bit into. But yeah, brilliant. I suppose you can get a hole saw adapter maybe that does a 1/4 inch. And rather interestingly here, it's got the recommended pilot hole size for various screws. So if you're using 3 or 3.5, which is what my common denominator size is, 3.5 by 30, 40, and then 4 mil usually goes up to around about the 60 mil mark, and then beyond that it goes into 5 mil in standard UK sizes. Those sizes are 6, 8 and 10. In imperial number size, larger than 5s, 5mm. Then comes 6s after that, but they are quite rare. You then start looking at coach bolt sizes, which you can actually put, because you can get a adapter that has a 10 and 13mm adapter. I have seen them. I actually got one sitting around somewhere. Didn't prepare it for this video because we're not going to be looking at big stuff like that, not with this. And also 8mm stuff, which again is coach bolt size. And all the product troubleshooting guide as well is here. To pull the tool, it's very, very good. It's also got LED lights as well, and then it moves on into the German after that. Right, I'm sure you're fed up with me doing those, but inside here we've got the ins and outs of the tool clip and the accessory clip as well. You've also then got the accessories, which include drill bits of 2, 3 and 4 mil, I think. Was it? Yeah, 2, 3, 4 and 5 mil drill bits, as well as a PH2 and a 5 or 6 millimeter slotted. I think that's a 5mm. Sorry, 5.5mm. Ooh, need to get my eyes checked, Mike. You're missing half a mil. So it's 5.5mm slotted. That is just under a 1/4 of an inch, probably somewhere around about that. I don't know, 1/4 inch. There, probably somewhere in the region around about, I don't know, 3/8 or thereabouts. 3/8. 3/8. No, 3/8 is larger than a 1/4. Do apologise. Whatever the imperial equivalent of a 5.5mm is. Yeah, 3/16. 3/16. Yeah, 3/16. Had to take a little bit of a while to figure about that. Right, let's have a look at the actual beauty herself. Let's get rid of the box and the packaging. Give her a little spin on the Lazy Susan. Obviously, if I had a motorised version, it'd be a lot smoother, but I'm sure you'd hear in the background. But she's nice, isn't she? Right, I think first things first, we should bring that round to about there, and then we should do some filming magic. We love filming magic. I'm trying to sit and think which side I want this on, because this is quite important, because once it goes on, it's never going to come off again, because I really can't be bothered to take this off and put it back on again. Not want to be around the house doing DIY, so I'm pretty sure right hand side I think is going to be more comfortable. I'm just thinking, weighing it up. Right hand side, obviously before I used to have a drill on one side and my impact driver on the other, but this is hopefully going to take this all away from me and just have one drill driver for going around the house. This is really sort of DIY aimed product. It's not designed for the more serious DIY projects like impact driving and stuff like that, but with 50 newton meters of torque, it's going to potentially really pack a punch. But let's have a look. Let's do some film magic first and go and click. Yep, magic, you see. And then if we turn it over, look at that, magically flip and turns over. We're also then going to go, isn't that magic? I didn't have like 10 minutes of problems. There's a little nut basically on the inside here. Take the moving magic away from it. There's basically a little nut on the inside there, and that actually just dropped out slightly. I mean, I couldn't find the screw hole. Very embarrassing little moment, but I hope you enjoyed the little bit of editing. It's also worth interesting to note, I've just also discovered this has got springs on it, so that when you load your battery in and then release it, it kind of positively clicks out. I don't know what this is going to be a thing we're going to see a lot more of, maybe on worx products. Just a nice little touch, I suppose, if you want to eject your battery nice and quick. Having said that, if you don't put them firm and use it and you go, oh yeah, battery's in, eventually it might shake out. It won't, but but yeah, it's got springs on it. So we're also going to have a look at, let's have a look at the top. So instantly we're going to notice we've got 1 speed, 2 speed, and also this blue display here. And this blue display here is very interesting because you can set between 1 and 9. I'm trying to get a good camera angle on this. It's going to focus on all of the wonderful numbers up to 9. 9 being the highest torque and 1 being the lowest torque. You have an LED light on the front here. It's nice and bright. Can we get a bit of focus on here? Thank you very much. Yes, nice bright light. Be able to see in the dark. You've also got a pullback system here to insert your bits into. Not those. And then obviously another one down here. You also have this very nice guard. The guard obviously protects you from wrapping your knuckles on your sharp drill bit that's potentially sticking out here. And you'll also see you've got forward and reverse as normal. And you also see you have this trigger here. This trigger isn't the same as that trigger. This trigger enables the rotation round like that. And the eagle-eyed viewers will have noted that when you rotate it, as long as this is on, so you may have to give it a quick squeeze, this is on, you'll notice that when you rotate, so pulling this red trigger in here, rotating, it automatically switches between switch driver and switch drill. And even if you go halfway between, it locks in. Ooh, wrong trigger. It still changes. It's just a very, very nice little touch. I'll stop playing with that now. That's quite therapeutic though. Just sit there and just turn it around all day long. So we're going to have a look at the bits, quite literally. So we're going to be having a look today at some 4mm drill bits. So let's get number 3, because I don't quite know why, but load that into the screwdriver bit, sorry, the drill bit driver, which is the bottom one. I think that's how it is. Yep, that's correct. And then we're going to put, whereabouts is it? Come on, Mike, you're usually better organised than this. No, he's not, he's useless. Screwdriver, come on. Bear with me one moment, please. 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room, and he's got his wonderful sheath driver, as I like to call it. Not very good for filming, because of course it means it's absolutely humongously long now. But yeah, this is what you use for putting PZ2 bits in. The idea is you can get a 4x40 screw. Other screw sizes are available. Put it on here, and then pull the sheath across, and then when it goes in, it doesn't move about. That's the idea of it. These are made by Erbauer. I think DeWalt also make them as well. But yeah, they're very cool because they keep your bit stable, and also the slight amount of magnetic charge it has in the end keeps it still whilst you then just drill, and then as you screw in, the sheath comes out and it leaves the head just exposed like that. You then can pull it out like that and just drop like a cartridge in, push it down to the end. It's just a very cool way of doing it. I find it very useful. I put in about 4,500 of these, making the workshop, which is where my studio is, where I film all these, and there's lots and lots of those done. That's the reason why I bought these. I've got 2 of them. I've got one of these on here and one of them on the impact driver. They're just very cool pieces of kit. Right, I digress, as always. Let's get rid of the lazy Susan. Susan, you're very lazy. Go over there, get rid of the slicer. It's also orange and black, of course. And let's bring in some screws. Now in my screw dilemma today, we've got a little tiny, like a chipboard sort of screw. It's a 8x1/4 inch. I'm expecting this to just whistle straight in like no man's business, but we'll use it anyway, you know. Horses for courses. Let's not assume everyone's pro, so let's just go ahead and we're going to flip this around to screwdriver mode. So we had it in screwdriver mode before. We're now going to go for drill mode and just do a little tiny tap. For those of you who are interested, this is a piece of 4x4 standard wood, like soft wood, like Corsican pine or equivalent. Right. And then this is just with setting number 1. We're just going to do a fairly simple drill down, or screw drive down, sorry, with setting number 1, and see how far down it goes. It loses grip is what it does, because the wood's too soft. Yeah. So yeah, let's pick out another one, and we're going to flip this back around again to drill mode. So quick. One of the issues of this softwood, inverted brackets, is its inconsistency, so it might be interesting doing this. There you can see the drill actually automatically stopped. You can't really see it in frame, but it automatically stopped because of the electronic torque system involved in this. But actually, let's just grab the camera for doing this. Let's just bring you guys out. It's like Zoom, but only it's like manual version of Zoom. There we go. So this is a slightly smaller screw. It's actually a number 3.5. This one, but we'll still use the standard 3mm. Just going to give it a little bit of a guidance hole. Then pull the trigger, rotate, load the screw on. Didn't kind of lapse out then. That's because it changed into drill mode. Now this is one of the things that you need to know about this. Don't ever switch it like I just done with it turned off. If you switch it whilst it's turned off, that will happen. So at the moment it's off, and if I switch, it doesn't know that I've done this because it's not electronically live. So the screwdriver section will now become, the drill section will now become the drill. But if I was to do that beforehand, I had it in screwdriver mode with the drill tip. With the screwdriver tip in drill mode. Obviously you can do that, a little bit of observation, just check to make sure it's in the right mode. So there you go, it's off now, and it was in drill mode. If I put it in screwdriver mode and turn it on, it's still in drill mode with the screwdriver tip. A little bit of an oversight. I think personally that when it does that, it should automatically turn the electronics on when you do that, because otherwise you now ended up with drilling in screwdriver torque mode. A little bit annoying, I will say, but the show must go on. All that we just do, push that button, and then it recalibrates it. So that's now screwdriver, drill, screwdriver, drill. Clear that up. Let's move on. Do a little pilot. We're now up to a what's this? Oh, this is a 4x40. I know these very well. Love these screws. If you love a screw, this would be my number one screw. Like I said, I put the odd one or two in over the years. Look at that. It's like perfection. It just magically knows. Magic is what it is. 100%. There's no other real way for this. Moving on now, we're going to go for a 4x50. It's one of these. Just going to turn it on, rotate round to drill. A little drilling. I'm just going to do a little pilot drill. I'm not going to go full depth. I don't think there's any need in softwood. Pull back the sheath all the way up to about 50, just to the end. And again, as if by magic, it stops right on the nose. Really is very, very, providing you don't user error it, it's very, very good. Let's move up. We're now moving up to this is number 5, so theoretically I should actually move the drill bit size up slightly according to the manual. We'll just go back to it and consult. So now I'm using a 5, so I should be using a 3. So a 4 should have been using a 2.5. They don't actually provide a 2.5, they don't provide a 2 or 3. Oh, you keeping up with that? Of course you are. Good viewers. So it's got 4.0 written there, and it was a 4.0, wasn't it? Of course it was 4 mil screw. Yep, so 5 mil should have a 3 mil, so it's actually the one that's actually already in it. That's naughty me, Michael, using the wrong size. We'll just double check the screw size the drill size rather, we're using 3.0. Metric 3mm, or an 1/8 if you're an imperial viewer. 2mm. Right. Rotate round. Screw in. Still on setting number 1. We're still in screwdriver mode. Just twist it around for you guys so you can see the lights if they change maybe. I don't know, they may do, they may not. And a bit of slip there. That's my fault probably. Not pushing it down, trying to get the right camera angles right for you guys. It's very hard to do that and wrestle around with the camera grips all at the same time and not bang into anything. Rotate round once more, and this is going to be the last one. Then we'll wrap. Okay, and then rotate one last time. You can see there, because we're starting to use a longer screw now, it now requires number 2 probably to finish this. And that then drives it in too far. Well, I'm back. Use error more than anything. So there we have it, guys. We're going to go do a wrap now, and we'll be back in a second. So guys, there you have it, the worx wx177.9. What do I think about it? It's very, very interesting, innovative and quirky. This whole switch driver thing, it's different. There is nothing on the market that's even remotely like this. It's very powerful, it's got all the right tick boxes just there. It's just the user error thing when it comes to switching, obviously when it's off, that really is a bit of a pain. And I do seriously think it should turn on when you do that. That aside, the drill function on it is fantastic. The screwdriver function on it as well is extremely high torque and extremely capable. I think it'll be very, very decent item to add to your collection if you're into your DIY stuff. It's very light and it's also very compact, and with the added addition of the belt lasso means you can obviously quite easily have it there, quick draw. All in all, I've really got nothing negative to say about it, with the exception of that, again, I'm going to go back to it, when it's off, that's really annoying. It takes down what would have been a perfect product, he says, dropping the drill bit on the floor. I'm actually starting to use the side bit to actually hold a drill bit, so we can swap between a 3mm and a 4mm. That's quite rare. I do say it's actually multi-purpose and very useful. I like it. I don't think it quite will replace my whole sort of like dual setup with the drill and the impact driver, because I'm not used to using a drill only. I'm used to going and then when I think it stops, that's when I stop. It's extremely accurate though. Going back to the piece of wood, 3 of those are literally completely flush. You run your finger across them, they are completely flush with wood. How that technology works, it's witchcraft. But obviously that screw there stuck out, so I can't praise it too much, and then it ran out of bite. That is only a 1/4 inch screw though, and they are usually used for chipboard and man-made semi-porous MDF chipboard and the horrible fiberboard stuff. I think it'd also be very good for using DIY, sort of like those flat pack furniture things. It'd be really good for those. So yeah, there you have it, guys, the worx wx177. We also suppose better go through price ranges. These are £119.99, which I assume is about $119.99 or thereabouts. Yeah, and of course they run on the PowerShare 20-volt batteries. It's worth noting that if you are going to get one of these little sheaths, it does impede get the batteries out and you will scrap your knuckles on it. Other than that, there you go guys. I'll see you in the next video.